Hello and welcome everyone, my name is JhonnyBAverage and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna continue with Chicken Police where we left off, and in the intermission I'm gonna be giving away this giant Kinder egg. It's got an animal inside. Not sure if it's a chicken or not, but it should be at least a bit of good chocolate for this Easter. So without further ado, we're gonna jump back into the game. So last time where we left off, we were at the hotel bar of the CZAR club, which is where Natascha is currently at, and where she's the owner actually. So we were a bit in the midst of trying to find out whether she was actually in danger of this fella over here, the rat, the mafia guy, Ivan, or if she's actually the one running the show and everyone else is in danger of her. So let's start off by taking another look around of where we're at, and then try and find Natascha Katsenko. Let's go for the henchman.
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
I don't know why he wouldn't be.
Isn't that?
Yes, it is. The great Ibn Wessler in the flesh. So much for our incognito.
You think he noticed us?
Only if he's not entirely blind.
Great.
Right. Let's take a quick look at the dame with Ivan.
With Ibn. I think I know her from somewhere.
Maybe in your dreams, pal.
Alright, let's take a quick look at this movie poster. Cassidy Lupus, Nice Wolf, Cassandra Ruby Faye, The Loudest Howl.
Another Lupus movie. Jeez, is there nothing today they're not trying to sell with this guy?
Whoa, don't be rude, Sonny. Lupus is a timeless genius. Have you seen Predator City? God, I'm still getting chicken bumps. But wait, who's that next to him?
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Nah, never heard of her.
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Oh, gods, even her name makes me go...
Watch your blood pressure, pal.
Don't mind me, just women and guns are my only weakness.
Well, it's not only your only weakness, it appears to be the only thing you're interested in, Marty.
No shit.
Let's take a quick look over here. Boogie and the Bandicoot, the big sheep.
You think this is one of those movies where the femme fatale gets everything in the end and the poor detective's left stranded?
Which I guess is a pun on The Big Sleep, which is another neo-noir movie.
Yep, just like life.
Alright, enough of the movie posters. Let's have a quick chat with Mr. Ivan.
Just act nonchalant, my friend.
Don't think Marty can do that.
It can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Where do you know her from?
What a pleasant surprise. The roaster coppers in person.
Chicken Police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course, of course. Chicken Police. Your partner is, he is,
Marty McChicken, sir. I just...
Oh yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natascha.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood-red paint. The usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natascha hired a detective because of this simple matter. But to be honest, I understand.
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so...
Hamtaro, really?
If you would excuse us.
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
Alright, we're gonna go interview Ivan already.
I'm at your service.
Nope, not the movie poster. The Done for Hire. Jeez. Veronica Kate. Robert Father. Oh yeah. Alright, let's start the questioning about the CZAR Club. Let's go.
Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that. Listen, detective. If you want to know something, please ask straight, huh?
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more professional.
Oh, if anyone's worried about the chicken mask, it's gonna come on during the intermission, but I was a bit too sweaty and hot in it to start the show again, so I'll just put it on for the intermission and for the outro, so don't worry, it's going on at some point.
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately.
Rats do have
My
a lot
career
of
started with a shoe
siblings.
store, and now, here I am.
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Shall we talk about something else?
Louis C. Hayworth.
Everybody knows Mr. Hayworth. He's an antique piece of furniture in this city, so to speak.
Only a bit worn out.
Louis is our rabbit friend, which he does have sort of suspicious connections with high society.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, detective. But the name of his family still rings quite loud in Clawville.
So
Is that
Louis
still
is in
worth
debt.
anything?
The name is just their name, of course, but the man behind the name is another matter, Mr. Featherland.
You're a pragmatic rat.
Thank you.
Alright, let's
Look,
see what we hear about
detective.
Natascha.
If you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr. Wessler.
And last.
Has your assistant been working for you long?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then. I've been in Mr. Wessler's employment for 6 months. Why do you ask?
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything. Just killing time.
It sounded rude to me.
Alright,
Yeah,
take it
please
easy.
forgive her, detective. Olivia's a real firecracker.
She does seem quite a firecracker.
Hmm.
Doesn't take shit from nobody. Alright, so we can start questioning him.
Wessler's a tricky guy.
So,
Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall. Yet.
questioning, for those that didn't see the first episode, is similar to the question sets we had at the beginning, but this is more of an interrogation where we actually have to reach a certain percentage to make it a successful questioning. And here we go. How do you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
Oh, nowhere near done.
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So, the case we're on is Natascha Katsenko, the owner of the club, and apparently Mr. Ivan's last lady. She started to get death threats outside the club, just pinned on the wall or thrown with a brick through a window. But we were hired by someone who works for Natascha Katsenko, but As we went down the line, it seems to be that she's not the one that's actually in trouble, but she might be the one causing trouble for everyone else. Alright, why didn't you just call the police? You seem a very busy man. May I ask you what you do? We already know that, so let's just go to the point.
Why didn't you just call the police?
Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that? A few messages aren't enough for a case. You should know that.
Harassment makes for a case. So do threats.
Who were you trying to convince, Sonny? Huh? They would have laughed in my face. Anyway, you know, the police station. Once I set foot in there, I'm not coming out again.
Your lawyers are too good for that, Ibn.
Yeah, I guess you're right, chicken.
Alright. Now we're losing a lot of ground already. Wesley's a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't even know anything about him, so I've got to be cunning. I can't just pin him against the wall yet. Why would anyone have a reason to blackmail your girlfriend? Alright, let's go with that
Why
one.
would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend?
I don't know, maybe because she's my girlfriend?
You think that's enough?
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Oh, are you finally getting to a point? Or do you really want to dig around in my private life? Because, people who do that end up in the alley. If you catch my drift.
Alright, so you're already threatening the police officer?
Very much so, Mr. Wessler. Wessler is tougher than I thought. And he's secretive. It's time to gently beat around the bush.
Alright. Gently beat around the bush. Don't you find the messages dangerous? Do you spend a lot of your time here? Were there any similar incidents in Natascha's past? Are you and Natascha close? So, let's go with beating around the bush over here. Do you spend a lot of
your
time
here?
That's a strange question, you know?
Humor me.
Well, of course I spend a lot of time here. I'm here every time Natascha performs. Sadly, it's getting rarer.
Is it compatible with your other businesses?
Huh? What? Writing threatening messages and hiding them?
I didn't say that.
You're sly for a foul, Featherland. But this ain't your territory, is it?
I guess not, Mr. Wessler.
Alright, gaining some trust. Is everything alright between you and Natascha? Let's not just go there. Business going well?
Business going well, Mr. Wessler?
Depends on which one.
Real estate, catering, charity, protection, extortion, bribing cops, contraband.
Alright.
The usual.
Take it easy, Sonny. You're already accusing him.
Funny guy.
How are the casinos?
Fine, thank you. Gambling has always been a good business. Luck is expensive around here.
Damn, if only I knew that. I heard gambling was illegal.
And I've heard you're not on the force at the moment.
Then it seems we have
That's
a fair
true.
fight.
On uneven ground, Mr. Featherland. I'm not sure I'd stand on it for long, if I were you.
We don't know why yet, but Sonny, our character, is currently suspended from the force, so we can't do much. But Marty is currently an active cop, so he can do something.
That was candid.
I try to be clear.
Alright, good. We're back to middle ground, so still
Is
beat
everything
around the
all
bush.
right between you and Natascha?
Yeah, you don't beat around the bush, do you? Understandable, I guess. Naturally, our relationship is stable and perfect. I'm the setting, she's the gemstone. If you know what I mean.
I rarely hear such poetry, but I understand exactly what you mean, Mr. Wessler.
So, you have your answer.
No recent friction?
Wouldn't you like to know?
It would make my job easier.
It would only lead you astray. So be glad that I tell you no. No friction.
Ibn is quick-tempered, and I can use that to my advantage. I've confounded and softened him with my previous questions. Now it's time to be specific and ruthless.
Alright, I get it. So, time to push him. The mob boss and the pussycat. How did you even meet? Would you be willing to testify at the station? that's kind of pointless because I'm not a cop at the moment. Have there been similar threats in the past? Let's go with this one.
Have there been similar threats in the past?
Right to the point, yeah? Yeah, I get it. But sadly, this is a dead end, my friend. No threats like these, whether you believe it or not.
Well, it really seems like a dead end, so I'll just back up and try from a different angle.
You do that.
Alright, that wasn't good. The mob boss and the pussycat.
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natascha, she's both connoisseur and muse. So, how was it? When was it exactly?
He's
You
making
don't
shit up.
remember?
Yeah, the millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here, only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
There are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive.
I don't
get what you
think
can
you can
afford.
buy that vibing. You might have bought more than you thought you were buying. Do you live in the same house as Natascha? Alright. There's no
You
other
live in
questions,
the
so let's
same
go with
house
that.
as Natascha.
Oh, you're really something. Natascha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Gold Town. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend. Roughly.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
Alright. So Natascha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone. Is she completely alone when she's there at the weekend? This one kind of answers both, so let's go with that.
Natascha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natascha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
As a criminal, he keeps admitting to doing crimes quite a lot in front of the presence of a police officer.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. You're right.
I always bet on black.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
Alright, let's see how... 60%, decent cop. Alright, it was a tough one. I was trying very hard to change the subject when it comes to the threats. He obviously knows more than he's willing to tell. Alright, let's continue.
Thank
We
you
did
for your
well
time.
enough.
We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should,
I like that she's got
something, Olivia.
black nails and
You
one
know,
white
for
nail,
old
like a
time's
talon
sake.
for a raven.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Oh,
Cold shoulder, Marty.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
Alright, cutscene. You're not sitting, but let's go. Yes, Natascha. Oh, you're falling in love already, Sonny? The chicken's awestruck. Nice tail though, gotta admit. Again, as I said in the last episode, I'm pretty sure this game makes a lot of furries out of people. Alright. What came over you, Sonny?
Sonny.
He's doing bullet time.
It's dead.
Ooh. Well, as far as cats go, it's a pretty good singer.
That was, unique.
Come on, Sonny, you got
Oh, that is
crazy in
cute.
love already.
Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
Ahem. You were amazing, dear. As always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
Oh, she's a feisty one already. I don't think she loves you a lot, Ivan.
But of course.
Ibn will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Hey,
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natascha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance.
Moth people, because
I
moths
wanted to
are
be
also
able to
people in this
dress
game.
barely
Every single animal,
touching,
insect,
barely
reptile is
covering
represented as
her
a
marble skin.
anthropomorphic being in this game.
But I was a cop. And a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance.
Besides, you're married, Sonny. I kind of think you forgot that. But I do know the appeal of a dangerous woman known Natascha. My first ever girlfriend was named Natascha before I even know what a girlfriend was. Back in when I was like 10 years old, when I moved here to Uruguay. I went to school to learn Spanish, and at that school I once got a letter saying, "Hey, would you like to be my girlfriend?" Signed Natascha, in a very awkward written German. And I went to my friend in that class and said, "Hey, what is a girlfriend?" And he said, "It's the girl that's gonna hold your hand during recess." So I said, "Okay, fine." So I became Natascha's boyfriend, apparently. And we would do just that. Like, she would hold my hand during recess. And since she didn't speak a lot of German, I would always have to speak through a friend of hers. Her name was, I think, Valeria or something. And because I could only speak to Valeria, really, after like a couple of weeks, without knowing that you would have to break up with one girlfriend before you can have another girlfriend, I asked Valeria to be my girlfriend. She said yes, but she came back the next day telling me that Natascha wouldn't let her be my boyfriend, my girlfriend. And of course, Natascha was very angry that I asked Valeria to be my girlfriend. And every single recess for the remainder that I was in that school, she would gather her friends and meet me down at the playground and kick my shins. So I would have to hide in the boys' bathroom during recess for most of the year over there. So yeah, that was a nice introduction into the dating world for me and what a dangerous woman Natascha can be. Right, let's see if there's anything around. Is it a painting of her? Or a sexy painting of Natascha?
Gee, that is a unique picture. And kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Ah, come on, Sonny, don't be old-fashioned. You can't even see anything. Just her tail, which you can see right now.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
Alright. See, mirrors, exit, and plants, nothing else. Alright, just check out the mirror.
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
That's quite existential as a beginning.
Maybe
Question?
you're trying to be rude, but you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it.
Are you trying to neg her? Come on, Sonny, negging doesn't work. Don't be rude to people just to get their attention. Alright, time to look at her first.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
Alright, before I'm gonna talk to her, I'm just gonna go through my notes again really quick. There's a clue. Ivan's trying very hard to change the subject when it comes to threats. He obviously knows more than he's willing to tell. Good. These are all the people we've met so far. And let's see, she's a new one. Let's go over here. Natascha Katsenko, cat, Felis Catus, female, special feature, she has remarkably green eyes and she is definitely in trouble, so am I. You see, she doesn't look like she's in trouble in my mind, so, see people, Ivan, some more information. Ivan was acting quite strange and he hesitated when he mentioned how he met Natascha. Yeah, he did. I would be interesting to hear the story from another point of view. Alright, so I gotta ask Natascha about when they met. Hobart Ivan Wessler, he's a ratus, special feature, good looking, charismatic, clucking gangster. Alright, let's go. Who else have we met? Olivia, she's a raven, Corvai, I guess. Olivia Blackwing, crow, Corvus Corone, female, special feature, unusually tall and slim for a crow. Have you ever seen a crow? They're fucking huge. She's quite and mysterious. And over here, Olivia's currently Ivan Wessler's assistant and escort. Finding out whether there's anything other than a working relationship between Miss Crow and Miss Rat could prove valuable. Alright. Not many new clues, so just gotta ask Natascha how
do you like
they
your
met
bourbon,
with
Mr.
Ivan.
Featherland?
I like bourbon.
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
Go
I
ahead.
get offended if women don't drink in my company.
That sounds a bit rapey.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Ah, good.
Really?
Straight to
I
the
thought
questioning.
you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
You can drink and answer questions at the same time.
You do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
I wouldn't be a good detective if I didn't.
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
I like the sparkles in the dress.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
Yeah, so much innuendo. Alright, let's start the questions.
Natascha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger.
Well, you are a bird and she is a cat. Alright, we'll start off. She's confident indeed. That was a remarkable performance.
That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
Alright, good. The place is very elegant. And so your room, that's kind of a weird question. The picture on the wall is quite daring. I spoke about that. So let's go with the picture on the wall again, I guess.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
All right. How old were you?
Like 10 for a cat or something like that?
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
Well, you tell me.
Alright, good. At least again, there's some favor. What can you tell me about Ivan? Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats? So I think we should go general first.
Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
In case you're wondering, this is also non-alcoholic. It's called Arizona Fruit Punch. Tastes a lot like Capri Sun, but it comes in like a giant thing, so it's really, really good.
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
John Lennon was idolized as well, and he got shot by one of them.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
Yeah, the pools and bikini streams are gonna come later, and this is kind of a furry game. What's your bones? So yeah, I'll let you know for the next stream whenever we incorporate pools and bikinis again. This one's gonna be furries for at least 2 more episodes, I believe.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Ah, I see.
Do you have any material evidence concerning the threats? Why Deborah? She's a nice girl, but why didn't you come to me? This whole case stinks. What are you trying to make me do? So, alright, let's not go with that. Let's see with the evidence if she's got anything.
Material evidence concerning the threats?
You may think I'm irresponsible, but I didn't keep any of it. I simply couldn't bear to look at them.
You're sounding more suspicious by the minute.
Didn't you think maybe the police would need it?
I didn't think I needed the police. Moreover, do you think the girlfriend of Ibn Wessler could ever turn to the cops?
I see. So, what about me? How do I come into the picture?
It sounds ridiculous, but you're my last hope.
That does sound ridiculous, but I accept my ego and old habits.
Oh,
You
yes.
can't do anything else, can you?
Something like that. A leopard can't change its spots. Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natascha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know.
Is she scared or is she pretending to be scared? Alright, at least we're doing better than with Ivan with this questioning line.
What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Depends on the word, I guess.
Exactly.
So,
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
Kitty, 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 kitty.
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Or pss, 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 pss.
Whore.
Alright.
Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper.
I think
and
there are a
painted on
lot
my
worse
wall
you can
in
get.
giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
Could the thoughts have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you? I suggest you lie low. No one's ever seen a culprit, not even a shadow. What about Filmer? Is he here because of you? Filmer is a hawk who's also a police officer that we know from back in the day. He was at the lounge when we began. Let's go with Ivan.
Could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you?
You mean I'm a cat and he's a rat?
We've gotta reach the question where we find out how they met and to see if it matches with what Ivan told us.
Every interracial relationship has risk. But yes, this one's more conspicuous than most.
Alright, so all relationships are interracial relationships, even if they're like a similar. Because as far as I know, the chicken is actually married to a parrot, so that's also technically an interracial relationship. I don't know. Or is it just weird when one could technically eat the other one?
Clawville's a very open and free city, but I guess you see more radical transgressions than I do.
One of the most common causes in homicidal and predatory cases, ma'am. So, yes.
But then again, she would be the one that's not in danger. She would be the one that can kill Ivan.
Well, I don't know about that. Nobody ever questioned our relationship openly. We are what we are. And you know, if you're interested in my personal feelings, danger fills our relationship with a flavor no other can replace.
Did you already make the cock talking to the pussy joke? No, but they did it earlier in the game, the pussy and the cock joke.
It must be one interesting relationship, that's for sure. I'm not sure I can feel the same, but I can certainly understand it.
Maybe one day you'll experience it, Sonny. Have you ever been with a predator before?
The level of the jokes is kind of weird, because, for example, Sonny doesn't say fuck, he just says cluck all the time, but then there are quite a few subtle double entendres, for example, or puns that are a bit more risque, for example.
Well,
That's
unsteady ground, Natascha. Let's turn the questioning around if you don't mind.
as you wish, Sonny.
Alright, we're doing very well. How many fools like me have you used up, Natascha?
How many fools like me have you used up, Natascha?
In all my life? Well,
Just forget it. I don't want to know. Curiosity killed the cat. No pun intended.
In this case, curiosity will kill the cock.
I'm just joking. You're not a fool, Sonny. I know that was supposed to be a kind of insult, but it usually rolls right off me. I can't take cockadoodling, so you can put aside the strutting stuff while you're talking to me.
Is cockadoodling like painting with a cock?
Fair point. Broadcast received, ma'am. Natascha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here.
Yeah, come on, let's go to the question. Gee, minus 60? Damn, we really fucked up with that last question. Alright, let's stop beating without the bush.
How do you know more?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
Molly is Sonny's wife, the parrot.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
She's a good friend of yours. How come she never mentioned you?
Yeah, Natascha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
We still don't know if his wife is just missing or not talking to him, by the way.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in years.
Did you kill her, Sonny?
I didn't know.
Really?
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Cluck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing.
Cluck you indeed. Right, we're slowly making up lost time. You played me from the start, didn't you? What exactly do you want from me? Let's go with this one. Not sure
What exactly do you
if I
want
can
from
make
me?
up the lost ground anymore.
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them, whoever they are, and...
Whatever it takes.
Not exactly, but something like that.
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified, Natascha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon as you can. Money's not an issue.
Alright. Jesus, 40. We rust a copper. The threat, or rather threatening word in the message sent from Natascha is simply whore. It's brief, but says a lot regardless. Not bad, but not good either. It's okay for a rookie, but you can do better. Yeah, like, we had one question that was like minus 60. That's very, very, very odd. Like, I usually go minus 10, minus 5. That's a bit not fair. I'm not gonna retry it, but
Just
come on.
one more thing, Sonny.
What's up?
Natascha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
Are you trying to seduce me?
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
Ah, come on, Sonny. You want to get it over with? That quick? Be a gentleman.
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Alright.
Look, Natascha, you know,
Please, This is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
I wonder if it's one of those timed events that I have to go to specifically in an hour.
Until later, Natascha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
I hope it's not real life hour. Right, new item. What did I get? I got a key for the place and a gun. Alright, good. That's it. And a new clue. Let's see. Natascha's afraid and her fear is genuine, but she isn't telling me everything regardless, and I don't like it. Yeah, she never even reached the subject of Ivan. Natasha's invited me to her weekend house to show me something. In another situation, I would be glad about it, but in this case, I'm worried. Dude, you're technically still married. The threat, or rather threatening word in the message sent to Natascha is simply whore. It's brief, but says a lot regardless. Everything red. Alright, and let's detail about Natascha. She's a mysterious woman, indeed, and seems dangerous too, but she's undoubtedly in serious trouble. The question is she the source of the problem, or is it someone else? I'm more leaning that she's the source of it. Alright, so can we go? Yeah, we can go.
Well,
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
You thought Natascha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next
I'm
time,
too
leave the
old for
dangerous
this
predators
shit.
To me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
Alright, let me just talk to Ponytail over here.
Hey, Big Nose, where did Mr. Wessler go?
Unfortunately, I don't know, Big Face. But I wouldn't tell you even if I did.
That's one sassy horse.
Really?
Say, did anyone ever tell you that you're an irritating piece of sh...
Anything else, dear sirs?
He's like a sassy surfer horse from California.
Look, Sonny, I know it's not my place, but Laura's father went to that guy when his, problems had gone too far.
Yeah, come on, let me just take the fancy whiskey.
You're treading on thin ice, Marty.
No, I just... Look, fellas at the station are talking, All kinds of things. Moses, Plato, Bosco, and the others.
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my badge? About what an untrustworthy alcoholic wreck I am?
Oh, so that's why you took it? They took your badge? Alcoholism?
Look, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter.
Good, and let it stay that way.
At least we're cracking this one together, yeah?
Sure, Marty.
Sure. Alright, and Filmer. Let's see.
So, have you talked to Natascha?
In fact, yes. She was, kind of mysterious.
I bet she was. I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
So now you can say shit. It's so inconsistent when they censor themselves.
As you say, pal.
And that phrase is from Lethal Weapon for anyone who's too young to have seen those movies.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it
Oh,
closely.
good. At least we got another clue.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Old croakers. You're safe while I'm here. Okay, I didn't say anything.
Alright, let's see what we got. Got the Golden Eagle, and what's this?
We stepped into it, didn't we? We
Yeah, but
stepped into it, didn't we?
what does it say? There's a bunch of phone numbers. Doctor. Alright, I guess we can try those phone numbers a little later.
Of all that's furry, what kind of a list is this?
Oh, okay, thanks
Exactly.
for clarifying.
I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Filmar. This could be important.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
Alright, we've got a new location that we can go to, weekend house and everything, so first let's check out these clues. Let's see over here what we got. I only recognize a few of the names on the list from showed it into my hand, but all of them belong to the respected elite of Clawville. It could be a wedding roster, but I doubt that's the case. Yeah, that's not that important right now. Let's see what else. Weekend house. Natascha Katsenko's weekend house. It stands in the cleanest and most separated quarter of the city in Flowerville. I'm curious about what she's hiding there. Alright, let's go there then. Let's quick travel over here. Let's see what we got on the map. So that's the weekend house. That's locked off. Is there nothing else we can check out? Updock, we already been there. Cloud PD, we already been there. Alright, there's nothing else we can do. So let's go to the weekend house right now, I guess. Let's just see.
Well, if there's one thing I'd learned during 20 years of detective work, it's that if someone wants to meet you at a remote location at night, you should bring an army for backup. One time, me and Marty were stupid enough to underestimate a situation like that, and we never really recovered. And yet, here we were again, about to step alone into something hauntingly
Did they kill a
familiar.
chicken lady, or did you just kill someone? Or did,
Only one
was it a
tactic
flashback?
remained, as the old dogs say. Balls to the wall.
Balls to the wall. Kinda difficult for a chicken, to be honest. The balls are inside.
This place gives me the creeps.
I wouldn't say I like it either.
Let's take a look around before we go inside.
Yeah, so
Textbook.
we're gonna look around, then we're gonna do the intermission to do the giveaway, and then we're gonna go inside and speak
Telling you,
with
it's a
Natascha
trap.
again.
Shut up, Marty.
Shut up, Marty. Shoo!
Damn.
Furries and people that like feet.
It's not a good sign.
Maybe she just lost
Quentin
it when she
Tarantino
hurried
killed her.
into the house.
Yeah, right.
Do you think it belongs to Natascha?
No idea. Do you think I measured her feet when I was in her room?
Not sure I want to know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Can we pick it up, or does it just stay in the rain? Alright, I guess it just stays in the rain. That's the entrance. Nothing else. Really? Car trunk? What's in the car trunk?
Chicken police, hands up.
Ah, good. Get your
Marty,
guns
that's
out.
enough.
Alright, that was just for the throwaway gag, apparently. There's let's check out this.
So, this is the word. What can I say? The message is loud and clear.
War.
Yeah, what matters is who is it for and what does it mean?
I can't misunderstand that if I wanted to.
We'll see.
Wait a second, did that bimbo put a spell on you? As you used to say, don't let it cloud your objective judgment, Boss Bird.
Watch who you're talking to, boy.
Alright, Marty's already offended. Which is kind of weird because he's the one that's supposed to be very into women. And there's nothing else we can check out. So,
Before we enter, did you bring Big Bertha?
yeah, you just show you in the trunk.
Of course. She's in the trunk.
It's
Told you.
time to get Her Majesty out.
That's what I like to hear.
Marty, before we enter, did
Of course.
Do we actually have to
That's
go
what
pick
I
her
like.
up? We already went to the trunk. That was weird.
let's go.
Hello, my beauty.
Okay,
Just don't point it at me.
Aw, scared?
that's not very
Take
good
it
gun
easy.
safety.
Very gallant of you, partner.
Why, are you still pissed at me? I'm happy to remind you why you got shot the first time.
I get it. Just shut the fuck up already.
It's the nothing.
What was that?
Forget it. Just an old quote from a movie. It means it's fucking dark in here.
That's still nothing.
Flashlight.
I didn't bring one.
Me neither. What a pair of fucking professionals.
Yep.
But you do have a shotgun with you.
We should have shotguns for this kind of deal.
But you can't see we're shooting.
Is that from an old movie?
No, it's an original.
Figures.
Alright, let's head inside. Dun dun dun. No! Well, there you go. Apesirus. She's dead. Deborah. They just killed the Impala.
She was lying on the floor as if she was sleeping. She looked peaceful. Almost. The large pool of blood ruined the picture. Poor, delicate Deborah. Maybe you were too pure and innocent for this city. But in the end, its filth pulled you under. You know, no animal can swim in high heels.
I think that's bullshit. I'm pretty sure if you put high heels on a seal, they would be able to swim still.
Wild gods. Fuck even.
Yeah, it's her. Deborah. The girl who came to my office.
I figured. But what the hell happened? Was it Natascha? Is this what you wanted us to see?
No. I mean, I don't think so, Marty. She seemed very attached to the girl, and I believed her. Furthermore, she has no motive to kill her. Natascha meant some
Deborah knew a
object,
lot.
something maybe the killer wanted too. And the poor girl was trying to protect it.
Did she seem that kind of girl?
She risked a lot simply by coming to see me. She would have done it for her mistress.
Why is she naked? Was it sexual? I mean, there's no sign of struggle. She seems untouched. Maybe she knew her assailant. Was it lover?
This looks premeditated. So far, the messages have appeared in weird places, but this is a new level.
So the
It's
threats
no
were
longer
against
just about
Deborah and
empty
not
threats.
Natascha, or is it just a coincidence and that she
Maybe
got killed?
Natascha's on her way here right now. Or she was already here and something happened to her too. Kidnapped, or worse.
Those are possibilities, but we can't wait. We don't have time for guessing. Search the house. Search everything. The room's not trashed. Whoever did this wasn't looking for the same thing we are.
Or they knew exactly where to find it. Wait, what are we looking for exactly?
I have no idea, but it's something important. Things like that have a way of getting noticed when you come across them.
Amen to that.
It's not much of a clue. Alright, let's check out the dead body. Gotta admit, that's one sexy Impala. Even though she's dead. I think she's sexier than the cat. Alright, let's check out the dead body.
Here too.
Yes, but this isn't about Deborah.
Really?
It wasn't meant for her.
I think she's very dead.
It was meant for Natascha.
Obviously.
What have we gotten ourselves into, Sonny?
I don't know, Marty, but let's get ourselves out of it as soon as possible.
Alrighty. Let's see, there's a purse. Alright, let's just check out the purse.
Anything interesting in there?
Yeah, I think there is.
Alright, let's see what the item was. So we got a
The
card.
initials of a person, a place, a company, or a club. Too many possibilities, but we must find out where it's from.
Alright.
We stepped into it, didn't we?
Thought it said we had 2 items. Alright, just one then. Let's see what else we got. We got a family photo. Nice little kittens.
This must be Natascha's family.
Wealthy.
Do you think she's from the Stavonian Czar's family?
Oh, nobody could have survived that massacre, but I'm sure this family was also close to the fire.
What is she doing here anyway? What, an alias? Keeping...
Let's not draw hasty conclusions, Marty.
Right. Ah, because she's a Russian cat. I didn't recognize that because it was all black and white, but yeah, Russian cat, gray with green eyes. And weird painting. It's art.
An exceptionally beautiful piece. What does it depict, I wonder?
I have no idea, Sonny. It's so art, I'm scared to have an opinion.
I'm with you, Marty, on postmodern art, and I don't really get it. Alright, strange sculpture. Looks like the Spirit of Ecstasy from Rolls-Royce.
What is this exactly?
A human. Mythical creature. Quite the cult in Iveria. The whole country's full of these statues.
Oh, so humans exist, but as mythical creatures like the Loch Ness Monster? That's weird.
Does it mean anything?
They say humans are the keepers of secrets and the messengers of chaos and destruction.
You don't think...
Let's take a closer look.
At the thing?
Damn, just like in the adventure books. Rich animals are all insane.
You have a point.
So this opens something, I'm guessing.
You can't be serious. Is this some kind of...
Yeah, it's a riddle, Marty.
But it doesn't make any sense. Why use something as simple as this when a 4-digit number is almost impossible?
An idle whim, or the riddle has a meaning?
Maybe. 4 animals into 4 places. What does it represent?
Think, Marty. Where did we see 4 animals holding something in their hands?
On the crest of the city. So... wait. I'm lost. Empty fireplace. Okay. Ah, alright. This is what it opened. So... what was the crest? Alright, let me just check really quick. It's bird. I guess tiger is lion. Doggy and the sheep. Oh, there are multiple options. Okay, so sheep and lion. There we go. Yes.
Hello there. What could this be? Maybe a piece of a painting.
And there's some kind of squiggle on it. The signature
Signature
of the
of the
painter?
painter.
Yeah, I can't make it out.
Alright. Let's check out the new clue.
It's a piece of a painting. Judging by how well it was hidden, I'm sure this is what Natascha wanted to show us. It's a piece of a painting.
Alright.
So
Where's
a piece of a painting? That's it?
Is
What's
the person
the
that
smear on it?
painted her naked?
It's too illegible to be a signature. It could be anything.
Well, maybe Natascha can help us. After all, this is what she wanted to show us, isn't it?
I guess.
If we find her, she should be here by now.
True. Well, then what's next? How about we peck around town some more?
We could do that, but I think we should gather what we know and try to figure out where we can go from here. Bourbon in my office?
You know what? After all this, I could use a drink.
Right answer.
Alright, let's go back to the office then. Let's see. Hotel Atlas. Let's go.
We had no choice but to continue the investigation where it started. In that shady little apartment I called home. The only lead was the list Fillmore gave us, with all those imposing names on it. But what could it
Jillian
mean?
H.C.,
And why did
Dexter
Natascha keep it
Lovecraft,
secret
Augustus
from us?
Bishop, Teddy
And
Woltrick.
most importantly, what did all this have to do with Deborah's death?
Shouldn't we report the dead Impala?
The trail started to get cold, and so did the air outside. There was something unsettling in the black clouds, hiding all the stars. I prayed that they didn't bring an early snowfall. The night was already painful enough.
So, what are we doing here?
Getting a
Trying to
drink?
calm down. I'll have a shot.
Sure you will.
And we're trying to put the pieces together, of course. Figure out what's next.
And what is next, Boss Bird?
Let's take a look at what we've learned so far.
Alright,
How did this whole case start?
let's investigate. Alright, this is new. Good, good, good. So we got some items. How does the whole case start with Deborah? She's not a suspect. So that's going to be right. So why is she dead? No. Clues. The gangster lover. No idea how this works. Items, whatever. So Natascha's key, that's the card. No. And the list? No. Natascha's afraid, is that a clue? Okay. Okay. Possible suspect. Be important, but not now. Alright. Ooh, so that links to that. Ah, Natascha's afraid. Can we do that? Alright, no. This is gonna be weird, because I don't know how it works. Almost, but not quite. Tasha and Molly. Okay, I'm not sure. The gangster lover. But I know. Alright, strange threads. That's it, alright. Alright, now I figured out how that works at least. Natascha and the threats. But what's the connection? They make us suspicious. She is the source of them. They clearly weren't for her. They were clearly addressed to her. I think I'm going with A. They make us suspicious. Because... that's it. No? Alright. Let's see. Clearly weren't for her. They were clearly addressed to her.
Yeah, the threats are meant for Natascha, no doubt about that.
Yeah, good. Right, so then we need another suspect, I'm guessing. No. And an item. Almost, but not quite. Let's see the list. Yeah, that's it. Alright, let's see what the connection with the list
There was
is.
something Natascha didn't speak about.
She showed it to us, she lied about it, she kept it secret. She just forgot to mention. She kept it secret.
Natascha is terrified, and she's in real danger. But she kept this list hidden from us. It seems too important to keep it a secret.
Yeah, alright, good. Next person. Guessing, yeah. I'm not sure. Alright. I'm going for Deborah's death. Could be important, but I don't know. Is it Olivia? Really? Our little friend? So how is Lewis connected to Natascha? Or how Lewis is... because he's on the
What could
list.
we do with
Probably.
this list?
He has something to do with it. It makes him suspicious. He used it as a diversion. He may know something about it.
I know only one person who moves in circles high
Yeah.
enough to know where it's from. Lewis. We must ask him if we want to get out of this dead end.
Thank God he lives upstairs. Dang. That was a bit promptu.
So the
That was a bit
card
weird,
is,
to be honest. Not the biggest
maybe
fan
a
of
dead
that
end.
display.
The piece of painting too.
But the list Fillmore gave us...
Exactly. Full of those imposing names. And I only know one person who moves in similar circles.
Lamar.
Yes, Marty. It's Lewis. Exactly.
Of course, it's Lewis. But where do we find the bunny man?
Well, since he
Great
owns this
band,
building, I'm
Bunny
hoping
Man.
he's here. It's worth a call.
You know his number?
By heart. 555-932. I wrote it down in my notebook as well.
Oh, you are a professional, Boss Bird.
He also lives upstairs, so you can kind of just go and knock on his door, can't you? 5, 5, 5, 9, 3, 2. Come on, Lewis. Pick up the phone.
Hey, Lewis, sorry to disturb you again. Could you come over to my place? I have a question for you. It's very important. It's about a case.
A real case? With the chicken police? Of course, Sonny. I'll be over in a few minutes.
Thanks, pal. I owe you one.
One? Just a second.
I think in the end this case is going to be a lot more straightforward than I thought it was going to be. I'm just used to a lot of M. Night Shyamalan twists, I guess.
Thanks, Lewis. Again.
Alright, come on.
Don't mention it. Besides, it was my big dream to help you with a serious case.
Well, let's hope you can help. What can you tell me about this list, old pal?
Well,
These names. I know half of them personally. Maybe even more.
I knew it.
But I have no idea what kind of list this is.
here we go.
But these are all members of the upper class. Politicians, business people. Oh my. Even the commander of the Royal Guard.
Damn.
But I really don't know what it means.
So, is it a dead end?
I'm afraid so.
Another dead end. Let's ask you. You're suspicious. Tell me. Deborah Ibanez, do you know her?
The girl who came to me tonight.
Oh yeah, because Lewis dropped her off. Ah, Lewis. I thought they were gonna kill you. Maybe you're the killer.
Yes, she's a very lovely young lady.
Where did you take her after you two left?
Where she asked me to Flowerville.
Flowerville. Rochester Street 37?
Yes, exactly. Why?
Did you kill her, Lewis? Tell us.
Did something happen?
Nothing good, Lewis. Nothing good.
That's why I wish she was naked, because you're a rabbit. You're a sex addict. Let's talk about the
This?
car.
This?
Oh, my goodness.
I think we have a bingo, gentlemen.
You see, I also have one of these.
Is it like an eyes wide shut cards?
A card? Like this?
Yes, it's a membership card to a very exclusive club.
How exclusive?
Very.
Very.
That's what I'm talking about.
What does SN mean, Lewis?
Sadomasochism?
It's the sweltering Nile.
Alright.
But that's a...
Well, yes, it's a brothel.
Oh.
But it's not like that. It's
Knew it. You're a
something
sexual
completely
deviant,
different.
Lewis.
Calm down, Lewis. We're not gonna tell anybody.
He likes to fuck like a rabbit.
Thank you so much. It is rather embarrassing.
Listen, Lewis. How do we get in?
You want to get in? Well, if you show them this card, they'll surely let you in, but it will be obvious you're not regulars there.
We're used to that.
So, are we going to a luxury brothel?
Correct, Marty. Thanks for the help, Lewis. I owe you one. For the 3rd time today, I think.
I think in the end, Lewis is going to be a lot more involved. So should we go straight to the brothel, or let's just finish up these
I
questions?
don't know what you said to him, but after you finished, he almost immediately Van disappeared.
Van disappeared.
Really? That's suspicious.
Or he had business elsewhere. It's New Year's Eve. Everybody's going somewhere.
Natascha.
I didn't see her after the show. If I'm not mistaken, she usually leaves when everyone else has already left.
What else do you know about her, Lewis?
Oh, not much. What everybody knows. She was a dancer, then a backing singer, then
She's a dancer.
star, and then club owner.
We found out as much already. Do you think she'd fled the Stavonian massacre? That's why the secrecy.
Do you mean the massacre of the royal family? I'd say her accent is a dead giveaway, and her name too, though it's undoubtedly an alias.
Yeah, if you're trying to pretend you're not Russian, Natascha Katsenko is
So
kind
it's
of
possible
not
that
the best
she is
name
a
for it.
part of the royal family.
I don't think so. Nobody could have survived that awful night.
You're probably right.
So the Russian Revolution happened and they killed the royal family. I wonder which animal Lenin is in this game.
What should we know about the place, Lewis? Besides what they're dealing in there.
No, it's an elegant and exclusive place. Not everybody visits them for that, you know. Some animals just go for company.
Yeah, sure, Lewis.
I see. I guess it's mostly visited by the upper class.
Mostly, yes. The wealthy who have a taste.
Yes, of course.
Is it true what they say, that it's some kind of hidden stronghold of the royalists?
The Nile is a proud herald of the coexistence of all the species. Yes, but stronghold? I don't think so.
But the place must be an eyesore for the separatists, right?
Oh, don't worry for the girls, Sonny. They can defend themselves quite well. The separatists wouldn't dare to go near the place.
So separatists, I'm guessing, are like white supremacists that want to keep species separate and don't want to have a brothel where you can have sex with anyone, I guess.
Well, we'll see what they have to say about these two old cocks.
Yeah, these two old cocks are going to a brothel.
That was a little bit, equivocal.
We're two chickens, we're two cocks going to a brothel to find out why, who killed the impala and who is messing with Natascha Katsenko, a cat, who is the person that hired us, who I'm still quite suspicious of. I'm glad you like it. It's a very good game. Like, the voice acting is awesome.
And peaceful coexistence of all species. So the place wasn't just a brothel, it was a symbol. But just like a brothel is not a worthy symbol, Clawville failed to turn out the way it was intended.
Alright.
Well, here we are. The kingdom of long legs, silky skin, and fluttering lashes. We've arrived.
Is it silky skin even when they're animals? Isn't it furry skin?
Calm down, Marty. Watch your blood pressure.
You are in danger of becoming a furry with this game. I will tell you that, Hoppy, because it's weird sometimes to see naked animals in humanoid form. One sexy lemur that probably likes to move it. Ooh, she's a fancy dog. Dog dame, lemur dame, bird fella, foxy lady, and a receptionist. So you should always talk to a receptionist first. Take a look.
I think she must be the receptionist.
Yeah, thanks
Bravo,
for stating the
Mr.
obvious,
Detective.
Marty.
Why'd you have to be like that all the time?
Well, sometimes I seriously can't decide if you've become totally stupid over the years, or it just entertains you to act that way.
Well, that's a good question.
That's exactly what I mean.
Alright, let's talk to the receptionist.
My name is Day-Night Diamond.
Oh,
Welcome to the sweltering
lovely stripper
Nile,
name.
gentlemen.
Miss Diamond, I'm Sonny, and this is my partner, Marty.
If I may, miss, you have a beautiful name and exceptionally wonderful stripes.
Take it easy, Marty. Keep your cock in place.
Marty, not now.
Oh, thank you very much.
Please excuse him. He doesn't visit places like this very often. Me neither, to be honest.
Come on. Pretty sure you
nothing to
two.
worry about, gentlemen. There's a first time for everyone.
You're absolutely right.
I'm pretty sure Marty has been here. Well, not this one because it's high society. Yeah, it's all just puns. Animal based and otherwise. It's kind of weird because they go. Sometimes they swear, sometimes they don't, sometimes they make it a fun pun, sometimes they don't. But yeah, it's all just a giant pun with a murder mystery in the middle of it.
We're just interested in a certain lady called Deborah.
Deborah. We don't have any employees by that name right now, but if you want, any of our girls would love to be Deborah for a night.
No. Excuse me, you misunderstand. She doesn't work here.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
She's dead.
It's kind of confusing, but let me try to explain.
Please, I'm at your service. I'll gladly answer any of your questions.
You hear that, Sonny? Any questions?
Shut up, Marty.
Okay, let's interrogate her. Oh no, just a regular questionnaire. Louis C. Hayworth, which is our rabbit friend. Strange list of names. The Sweltering Nile. Start with
Does
the
this
list of names.
mean anything to you?
This? I'm not sure. No,
Don't you see some familiar names on there?
I do, but everybody knows those animals. Personally, I have no contact with any of them.
I think we should
I
actually
see.
interrogate her.
Thank you.
She must know something more. Police badge.
I wouldn't want to offend you, far from it, but it's evident you're from the police, even without this.
Is it that obvious?
No, it isn't, but, here in the Nile, we have a keen eye for this kind of thing.
Right. I understand, ma'am. Do
Louis.
you know a gentleman named Louis C. Hayworth?
Of course I do. Mr. Hayworth is a regular guest at our establishment.
He is a rabbit. He sure gets his
I
freak
see.
on.
How regular, if I may ask?
I can't give you any information about that. House policy.
We have that too. It's called the law, ma'am.
If you have any questions of that nature, please come back with a warrant.
Touche.
Alright, last strange. First about the
Have you been
Sweltering.
working here long, miss?
Almost 5 years, sir.
And do you like your job?
Very much so. I think it's only worth doing anything if you honestly enjoy it.
That's true. You should enjoy your job. No matter what industry it's in.
You hear that, Sonny? You should take that advice.
I'm on it, Marty. I'm trying to get myself fired if you haven't noticed.
Huh, me too, buddy. Me too.
Yeah, and me too.
Collateral damage.
And the strange
Look,
card.
she gave this to us. The girl named Deborah, the one we asked you about.
I see.
Do you know what this is?
Of course. It's a membership card.
Was this person a regular here?
If this belonged to her, then yes. I can check for you. Please.
Thank you. Much obliged.
Alright, she's gone, so let's check out the ladies in the meantime. Foxy lady, let's talk to her.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Would you be so kind as to help me?
She's a 7 packs.
With pleasure, ma'am.
The zipper always comes down on my dress. Would you kindly zip it back up?
Can I, Sonny?
Go for it,
What
Marty.
am I, your mother? Do what you want, for God's sake.
Happy to help, ma'am.
She's a fox. She might eat you, chicken.
Oh, what a gallant young man.
Clucking lords.
Also, it's a quick time event. All right. You can do it. You can do it. You can zip. You can zip. Don't zip it too fast. This is weird. This is weird. All right. Success.
Oh, thank you, honey.
You never know when they're gonna throw a game into you in this game.
Marty, ma'am. Marty McChicken.
Thank you, darling Marty. I'm much obliged.
Anytime, ma'am. Anytime.
All right, let's go with Dog
These
Dame.
broads are elegant. Just like Laszlo said.
Lewis.
Lewis.
What do you think could be the old rabbit's type? Fluffy tails? Furry ears? A raspy tongue?
Oh, for the love of all the gods, stop it.
But just think about it.
Please shut up, Marty.
If I had to guess, Lewis would like tall, short-haired, maybe even birds. That's why he hangs out, like feathery animals.
She's what I call an exotic beauty.
Oh yeah, only grows in Madagascar.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Hey, every animal's the most beautiful thing in the world to someone.
Yeah, you're right.
Oof, I don't know about you, but I go weak in the knees for stripes.
Please, Marty, I don't want to know. And I don't care. Keep it to yourself. And let's get out of here quickly.
Can't I even talk to you anymore?
I think it would be fun if humans had, like, stripes or spots, instead of just plain skin all the time.
You can. Ask about the weather, or how's my lower back. Those two are even connected if you want to know.
Yeah, old fart.
Yeah, I get lower back pain as well.
Yee, that guy's stare gives me the creeps.
I can see why.
I've always told myself that birds are weird.
You are a bird, Marty.
What did you just say?
Huh? What? Nothing.
Birds are fucking weird, but you have to take into account that you are a bird, but Marty. Oof. Isn't that Deborah?
Holy fur. You swallowed so hard, the whole place shook.
Or is it just a random impala?
Are you kidding me? I've never seen anything like this before. Is this even legal?
I thought you
Why
were
wouldn't it
married,
be?
Marty, as well.
I don't know. Vice?
You really must be joking. Vice? In Clawville?
Okay, I was pulling your leg. But still, it's a little hot in here.
Well, cool down, Marty. Don't even look over there. Remember Laura, your wonderful
Oh,
girlfriend,
girlfriend, not
whom you
wife.
love more than anything.
You don't need to tell me. All I'm thinking about is her.
With a hatchet in her hand.
More like my nuggets.
That's...
Yeah, that was a good one, Marty. Pictures.
Laura.
That's it, Marty. Just slowly turn away from the pictures.
Yeah, let's see what we got. So, apparently this is not Deborah. This is a sexy poodle of sorts and a slithering snake. Gotta admit, kinda hot. Kinda dig it. Lady hasn't come back yet. Maybe this picture we can do something? Woof.
I don't even know. Good gods.
Hey, keep it down, Marty.
I see it now. Of all that's furry.
I just imagine that that's how someone finds out they're a furry and they just say, I see it now. Of all that's furry.
Yes, it's
I
very
dig it.
furry. Or more like, shaggy.
Alright. So, another picture. There's a door. Should we head for the door or is that where we came from? Let's just check out this picture before the other person comes back.
That woman, she's familiar.
Okay, that's a
You
clue at
think it's
least.
her? The broad from the Bloody New Year's?
God damn it, Marty. Do you have to say it out loud? It gives me goosebumps.
Chicken bumps, more like.
Anyway, I don't know if it's really her. I always get confused by the exotic ones, but yeah, maybe.
Honestly, it gives me the creeps.
Calling every tiger the same.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, well, they have some bit of fur and a couple of stripes and animal heads. So I'm guessing technically you could have sex with them. It's like the eternal dilemma of would you prefer a mermaid that's top half woman, bottom half fish, or are it the other way around? Because if it's like the Little Mermaid and she's bottom half fish, you're sticking your penis in a fish. But if it's the other way around, you're dealing with a fish head all the time, like for kissing. But yeah, like these are a bit more, because it's 3/4 of a person, so to speak, like of a human and just an animal head. So I'm guessing you would just have to find an animal that's attractive enough with a head. And the rest is just gonna be a person to have sex with. Nice socks. Well, not socks, stockings. Very, very attractive. Alright. Is she back? She's not come back. So what should we do? I've already checked out everything over here. Should I head for the door?
I apologize
All
for
right.
the wait.
Good.
Please, come with me, gentlemen.
Alright.
So you were successful.
My mistress, Madame Zavas, would like to meet you.
You mean that, Madame Zavas?
As far as I know, there's only one of her, so yes,
Please, miss, take us to her.
with pleasure.
Madame Zavas was a legend in Clawville. Her name was known all over the wilderness. She's an avid royalist, former member of the Council of 12, spy master, assassin, businesswoman, and courtesan. To be honest, I didn't even know she was still alive. She's no spring chicken, that's for sure. She could also be my mother, or maybe my grandmother. First Ibn Wessler, now her. Honestly, tonight it wouldn't surprise me if His Majesty Hector III didn't grace me with his presence.
See, I don't want to be a species, but even if you're a chicken or whatever, like, would you have sex with an alligator head? Alright, see you back. Let's look at Madame Zavas.
She is the legendary Madame Zavas.
Where you're from? Why is your internet that bad? Here in Uruguay, one of the few good things we have is good internet, at least.
Let me introduce
Oh,
myself
she's huge.
properly, ma'am.
Mr. Santino, I know who you are. And I also know your partner. The legend of the chicken police is always one step ahead of the chicken police.
Thank you. That's flattering.
May I ask what you are looking for exactly? Here on this night?
You know, that's an interesting question. The card we've shown your lovely colleague.
Belongs to an old friend of ours, whom we haven't seen for a long time here.
Interesting.
The name?
We don't say names.
Unfortunately, no, Mr. Santino.
Yeah, I figured.
That's confidential information. In my line of work, discretion is everything.
Well, you know, in our line of work, the law is above everything.
Oh, do you think so? I could tell you what your colleagues think is also above everything, but as I said, discretion.
Look, ma'am, we don't want to impose. We're conducting a private investigation, which started off as harmless, but now it's murder.
That sounds serious.
It is serious. That's why we'd be grateful for your help.
In that case, I'm at your service. Ask your questions, and I'm going to answer to the best of my knowledge.
Alright, let's
As long
see
as you're
if we
not
get an
wading
interrogation
through
or just
muddy
regular
water.
questions.
Fortunately, I swim very well for a chicken.
Can chickens swim? I never seen a chicken swim.
I swim well, too.
Yeah, pretty sure you do. Alright, it's just this. Let's talk about Lewis.
Lewis Hayworth is a good friend of mine. It surprises me that he's a regular here.
You wouldn't believe our clientele. You would be shocked.
No doubt. Lewis, does he come here often?
Not so often.
Thank you for the vague answer.
That's not what the receptionist said.
The mystery is thrilling. The thrill is life itself.
That was beautiful, ma'am.
Alright, strange list of names. The Sweltering Nile. Let's start with this.
As I was saying, it belongs to us. Only our most valuable guests have one of these. And our employees, of course.
Aha.
The employees, too. Good to know. Can you tell me if this card belongs
So-
to a guest or an employee?
If it's Deborah's... Ah, come on.
I thought so. Yes, thank you.
So Deborah might have worked here. Because it, like, come on. The thing on the front was Deborah, I'm pretty sure. Is this a picture of Madame Zywus herself? Nah, it doesn't let me zoom in on anything. Alright, let's just ask her. Let's ask her about Natascha.
Do you know Natascha Katsenko personally?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about her.
Warm-hearted, protective, quick-tempered, fierce. Yes, fierce.
Thank you. Very useful. Tell me, have you ever seen this list?
I have.
Am I right to assume it has something to do with the Sweltering Nile?
It does, yes, but I can't tell you more about it.
Alright,
No.
so it's a list of maybe people to blackmail because they go to the brothel.
Discretion is key.
Absolutely.
And last.
This place isn't just our home with the girls. It's a sanctuary.
Really? How?
It symbolizes why the city was founded almost 1,000 years ago. Unity.
Love. Freedom.
Interbreeding?
Don't be such a prude, Marty.
That too, yes. Do you have a problem with that?
Which again, they haven't told us what happens when a different species breeds with a different species. Like if we get mutant half babies or something.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't. My girlfriend's a predator.
Like predator or just animal predator?
Really? I'm glad to hear it.
Alright, we can start
Deceit
a proper
is
questioning.
everything
Good,
to
good.
save us. She used to be
Hopefully we'll do
servant.
better down with
I'm gonna take
Katsenko.
her every word with a grain of salt.
Alright. There's only one thing we can do. Who is behind the legend, Miss Cyrus? Who are you really?
Who's behind the legend, Miss Zavas? Who are you, really?
Just an animal raised to survive, Mr. Featherland. And because I've been taught, I know how to survive. I always was what I had to be.
And you managed to dodge my question. Clever.
Now I know why I know Sunny's voice. I don't know if you remember Mythbusters, like who did the voiceovers between myths. He sounds a lot like that.
Well, you see, this is one of the typical elements of survival. The way of dodging a delicate question and still making the questioner believe he got the answer. But you're too cunning and experienced, aren't you? You're not an easy one to fool.
I'm trying to maintain appearances, ma'am.
You should. Appearances, most of the time, are stronger and more dangerous than the truth.
Isn't it dangerous to being a royalist nowadays? Tell me, were you really the king's spy? Let's go with the royalist.
Isn't it dangerous being a royalist nowadays?
You know, Mr. Featherland, those that are genuinely dedicated never care about danger. That's something you must know even better than I.
Do you think it's my loyalty that motivates me the most? If you do, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Maybe you're not loyal to the police, Mr. Featherland, but you are to your own principles and ideals. Am I right?
That's true, but you're avoiding the question. Why did you stay in the king's employment after the scandals that are making half the city riot? What makes you still believe so much in the institution of monarchy?
You know, I always adapt, but only to a degree where I still don't have to give up myself and my ideals for the sake of survival.
Is the killer Prince Andrew? And he was... Or Jeffrey Epstein, and he was in an animal furry ring along with... what's his face? Bill Gates. But... yeah, well, it could be.
You'd rather die then.
Good to have you back, Whoppy. We're still talking to the alligator lady. We still haven't gotten much from her, but now we're right in the middle of a interrogation to see how it goes.
Maybe it would seem too dramatic or even romantic to you, but yes, exactly.
I'm sorry to doubt you, but I've always thought your kind was rather compromised.
Do you mean spies or crocodiles?
Spies, of course.
I must disappoint you, but there aren't many groups as loyal and unwavering as the spies, Mr. Featherland.
If you're telling me, ma'am, I believe you.
Don't think so about spies. I'm watching a series called Slow Horses. You can watch it on Corvana for free. It's a British spy thriller that's really good, and spies are backstabbing bitches. What is the Sweatering Nile? Is it just really a luxury brothel? Why did you decide to open a brothel? We're not doing well with her. Let's see.
Why did you decide to open a brothel?
You know, this place used to be an orphanage. Then after the Great Avian Plague, a hatchery. Then young mothers lived here who had nowhere else to go. That's when I took over.
Young mothers and prostitutes. That feels like a sharp turn.
No, it didn't happen like that, of course. The process took 20 years, but one thing remains the same. I wanted to help girls who had nothing and no one.
And this was the best you could do, helping them sell their bodies.
Ah, don't be so judgmental, Sonny.
You see things very superficially, Mr. Featherland. We're a family who helped each other even at the worst of times, took care of each other, and what's most important, survived. Yes, survive, no matter the cost.
And it's the cherry on top of the most treasured secrets of the rich and famous.
Very insightful, Mr. Featherland. There's truth to that. Knowledge is power, as they say. And we know a lot about powerful animals that could be used as weapons. Or the opposite. That could avert a war.
Alright, good, we gained some favor. If I guess who the card belongs to, will you tell me?
If I guess
Doubt
who
it,
the card
Sonny.
belongs to, will you tell me?
I wouldn't say that's an acceptable price for such a secret as this, but if you guess right, I won't lie to you. Then
That was easy.
I will tell you you were right. Yes.
Alright, we have to
Good.
guess.
Let's see. The answer to my question, Natascha Katsenko.
Well, Mr. Featherland, it seems the gossip about you is right. What gave it away?
So Natascha killed Deborah. I'm sure of it, that Natascha is
Couldn't have been
Stamini.
easier. There's a beautiful woman with a mysterious past, trying to keep it a secret, while someone's threatening her with the exact same thing, leaving rather unmistakable messages behind. Plus, we found the card on Deborah, who was her best friend and confidant, so she was either trying to hide it or destroy it forever, so no one could find out the truth. Am I right so far?
Why carry it around? Just throw it away.
Mr.
Or
Featherland.
burn it.
So if I'm not mistaken, Natascha used to work for you before she met Ibn Wessler. He fell in love with her, gave her a job at the Millions Club. The rest is history.
You have talent, Mr. Featherland. I'm really sorry you're not working for the government.
I am working for the government. I'm a cop.
Not anymore,
Are
Sonny.
you sure, Mr. Featherland?
Touché.
Indeed. Natascha used to work here. We can put it that way, but you know, this isn't just a workplace. She also lived here. She was part of our family, and we still love her very much.
Right. That puts everything in a different light. Savas is a true survivor, always was. And she's proud of that, even to this day. Maybe I can get her to trust me if I play to this part of her.
Alright, so why did you take her in? Maybe you saw yourself in Natascha, you tried to shape her into your image. You tried to protect her from what? Everyone in the city thinks you're dangerous, why is that? Let's see, why? What were you protecting Natascha from?
Came to me penniless,
Yeah.
cold to the bone, and wounded. She was only 17 years old. Even if she were my enemy, I would have taken her in until she recovered. Yes, I'm like that. I was raised to be like that.
Be a gentle
Have
crocodile.
you seen any opportunities for profit? Or were you guided by pure animal goodness?
Is that so hard for you to believe?
So Natascha came in when she was 17, so maybe the person that painted her was at the same time around?
I think that worldly women like you try to turn every position to their advantage. I hope I don't offend you.
On the contrary. But no. I didn't see any opportunities in a girl who could barely speak our language, who was starving and wounded and obviously running from something. In fact, I was taking unnecessary risks because of her.
Alright, quick theory. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Lewis is a regular for a long time. He used to see Natascha in the brothel. He painted her when she was underage, which makes him already a dodgy person. And when she left with Ivan to the new club and became Ivan's girlfriend, Lewis became crazy and he started writing horror everywhere. And when he took Deborah from our office to the weekend house, he killed her afterwards because she knew too much. That's my theory so far. Maybe we're right, maybe Lewis is the killer, maybe he's a good guy, I don't know. But it was very suspicious that our best friend had these kind of secrets that we never knew about. And maybe he likes to be close to a detective just to find out if someone's on his tail. Yeah, we gained some more fable. Your stone cold image is just a mask, isn't it? You knew you were taking a risk, yet you still took her in. Why? You're capable of anything to keep your secrets hidden, am I right? Your
stone cold image is just a mask, isn't it?
Am I that transparent?
Not at all. You're playing your role perfectly. You're more sensitive than you appear.
Should I take that as a compliment, Detective?
It was a simple statement of fact.
Then thank you.
Getting some favor. Do you know where Natascha came from before Clawville? Alright.
Do you know where Natascha came from before Clawville?
Naturally. The poor dear couldn't even deny it. Even her name's eloquent, her accent, but mostly her manners, Mr. Featherland. She's from Stovos, and she belonged to the upper class, of Stavonian social circles. She could barely even speak the language when I first met her.
That's all you know about her. An ex-spy like you must have checked up on her new protege's past.
That's the most exciting thing. Yes, I have. Multiple times putting my most treasured connections to good use. But nobody found anything. Natascha's trail could only be traced back to the Stavonian border. What?
It's rather curious, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
It is, Mr. Featherland. Yes, curious. That's why I've always been rather fond of Natascha.
Did it touch you deeply when she left you?
Indeed, it did.
Yeah, but not enough to kill her.
Zavas is protective. It seems she's dedicating her whole life to her proteges. If I concentrate on that, maybe she'll open up to me.
Ah, good. Let's just hope we don't fuck it up like we did with Natascha and when we get a -60. Have you kept in touch? Why do you let her leave with Wessler? Didn't it occur to you that you could exploit Natascha and Ivan's relationship? Let's see this one.
Why did you let her leave with Wessler?
What else could I have done? Wessler is a handsome, rich, powerful animal, and Natascha fell in love with him. If anything, I know you can't stand in the way of a woman in love. There's nothing more dangerous, Mr. Featherland.
I've been in this job for more than 20 years, but I haven't heard that one before.
You see? You learn something new every day if you have an open mind. Yes.
Damn. When's the last time you saw her, Madame Cybers? Were you angry at her for leaving, afraid she might blab secrets? Let's see.
When was the last time you saw her, Madame Zavas?
Maybe around 2 months ago. There was a ball, attended by Ibn Wessler, his beautiful mate Natascha, and myself. Yes.
Was she herself? Did you feel like she was afraid or worried about something?
On the contrary, she was unrestrained, free, radiant. She was in love. Yes, in her own unique way.
What do you mean?
You know Natascha loves on a different level than most Clawville women. Or most women in the wilderness, in fact. Maybe it's because of the Stavonian origins. Perhaps it's something else.
Are Stavonians freaky in bed?
So you didn't notice anything strange about her?
Well, if anything could be called strange, it was that I saw a woman positively floating above the ground, who previously used to stand on it with 2 feet.
I see. Thank you, madam.
Alright. How did you feel when you learned Natascha was going to leave?
How did you feel when you learned Natascha was going to leave?
Honestly, I was very hurt. I loved her as a daughter. How would you have felt?
I couldn't say.
And I still couldn't stop her, and you know why?
Of course I do, because you loved her.
You've been in my shoes before, am I right, Detective? Yes, I can feel you have.
This isn't about me, madam. Please stop changing the subject.
I have felt betrayed on a certain level. Yes, and offended, and alone. Even amongst all my friends.
Were you disappointed in her?
Only in myself, Mr. Featherland. But I have a hunch you know this feeling very well.
Yes, you're right. Well, thank you for your time, madam.
Good.
Anytime, Detective. Yes, anytime.
Not such a bad crocodile after all. Let's see how we did. 60%. Alright, decent cop, not too bad, not too bad. That's how you do it, partner. Not quite like old times, but you've still got it. The old rooster still remembers some tricks. Natascha worked at a sweltering Nile brothel before Ivan Wessel discovered her and got her out of there. Alright. Good, good.
Please, gentlemen, wait here a moment. I would like to show you something that could help you.
Yeah. I'm gonna finish up the scene and then we're gonna do a little bit chit chat in the outro, and that's gonna be it for today. I will probably do another stream during the week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, before I do the Sunday one again to follow up the story.
Oh, that's excellent news. Thank you. We will wait.
Do you trust her?
Not
Not in the
sure.
slightest.
Yeah.
Even her smile is fake. This woman wallowed in other animals' secrets until she became one too.
That's exactly how I feel.
Anyway, now that we're here, we can take a better look around.
Oh yeah, let's do that before
That's
we leave.
what I was thinking.
Let's find some clues. Picture of Sai was. Alright, she was a sexy alligator back in the day.
Yes, this is the Zavas from the legends. Beautiful and deadly.
Alright. The clock. Alright, this is a thing that we should... should we do midnight? Any particular hour? No, so it's not midnight. It's New Year's. So let's find a clue what it could be. Tribal artifacts.
Beautiful pieces for sure. They must be worth a fortune.
Every kind of book. Alright, so slime punishment, owls don't blink. So I'm guessing the main clue should be here. The red pig. One key to the animal mind. Dr. Zoe's Quetzalcoatl. 49 years of the reptile. I'm guessing it's like 27 years of slave, perhaps. The death of the horse. Some pieces of my mind. So 749? 749. Alright.
These books are here for a reason. They mean something.
Alright, so 749, I'm guessing. That's the only time I can figure out. Let's go with 749. So it would be somewhere over here. Yeah? No? More over there? Closer to the 10? Yeah, figured it. Good, got it.
A hidden door. Who'd have thought?
She is a legendary ex.
Well, this is something I've never understood. Why isn't a key good enough? I mean, you can take that with you, but riddles can be solved by anyone.
Good point, Marty.
I don't think many animals get to be in this room, Marty. And the other thing is...
maybe she wanted us to find it.
exactly what I'm thinking. Who knows? Anyway,
We're going in. Alright, secret door.
This room is not like her at all.
The other must have been for show. Marty, this is the reality. We're talking about a professional spy.
A former spy.
Still, if anyone knows how to mask her real face, it's her.
Wait, you think this is who she really is? Cold, dark, and tiny.
And full of secrets.
Alright, so we're gonna have to check out this room and every single clue in it, so we're probably gonna do that next time. So for now, I'm just gonna... The chicken mask is going back on. Yeah, I can kind of listen to something. So, thank you again for everyone joining us for this stream. Hope you're liking the story so far. We did get some new information, we got some action going, like with Deborah's murder. a lot of new stuff about Lewis. Again, he's my main suspect so far, and hopefully we'll be able to find out more of the plot next game. But yeah, so thank you again for everyone for joining my stream. My name is JhonnyBAverage. So thank you again. Have a nice Easter. Have a nice long weekend if you're in Uruguay, because tomorrow is a day off. And I'll see you next time. See ya. Bye bye.